welcome back to the Little Carly Minecraft channel, or the Kelly and Carly vlogging channel, whichever channel you are watching this video on. I want to say a big hello. Thank you for joining us again in my house, in my kitchen. So the last two vlogs we done were how to make a princess cake, and we done when I grow up I want to be a unicorn. So basically, or a baker, we described that in the video. So it's basically how to make the really nice unicorn cake. I was really impressed with myself. It was for my friend's daughter's birthday and she loved it too. So this is another video, and this is another when I grow up I want to be. So a lot of people were saying in the comments when I put it on Instagram that a lot of people wanted to be nurses. So they were saying like, I want to be a nurse or a children's nurse. And there's actually 4 different types of nursing that you can do. But I thought that because I'm a nurse, so yeah, if you didn't know that, that's something that you now know about me. I am actually a qualified trained nurse, and I was working as a nurse for 2 years in Dublin for a year, and then I moved to London and worked there as a year before I became a YouTuber. So this video is, yeah, when I grow old, I want to be a nurse, and I'm really, really excited to go through it all with you. So yeah, let's get going. Okay guys, we're going to start this vlog off by going through the 3 different ways in which you can become a nurse, which is a really, really exciting job. It's a really, really hard job, but it's really, really rewarding. You get to look after loads of sick people and make them feel better. Or you can like choose a different type of nursing where you can like work in the community and stuff over a longer period of time, but we're going to talk about that in a minute. Anyways, getting back to the 3 different ways and how you can become a nurse. Okay, so number 1 is when you finish school. You can go straight to college, university. That does not look like a school. Okay, so when you finish school, but you need to get a certain amount of points in your leaving cert or in your GCSE, I think they're GCSEs or A levels, I'm not really too sure in the UK, I'm not really too sure of the process of finishing school exams in Europe, but in Ireland it's called a leaving cert, and yeah, you need to get, depending on what type of nursing, it's in between the 300 and the 500 mark, so they're pretty high points that you need to get in. Okay, number 2 option is you can wait after school until you're 23 years old. So yeah, so you're 23. So this is what's deemed as a mature student. So a mature student is anyone over the age of 23, guys. So you can go and apply, and you don't need your you need your leaving cert, but you don't need the points. You have to go on like an interview, exam, assessment-based scheme to get in as a mature student. Okay, or that's straight. The 3rd way is how I got in. So let's rub all this off, so because we can talk about how I got in. Number 3 is a course called a PLC. Okay, so this is a post-leaving certificate course. I actually, in fact, done my leaving cert twice and still didn't have enough points to go to university to go and study nursing. So I done a pre-nursing course in a place called Coolosh, which is in Coolock in Dublin, and I done it was a 1-year course in, it wasn't nursing studies, it was in a course called health services. So I done that, and it was really, really fun. I made a lot of friends that I'm still friends with now. So when I was doing that course, you needed 8 distinctions at least to get into college, and there was only 10 spaces. Well, I think there were actually 11, but I was one of the lucky ones who was chosen. So I went from my PLC course, my 1-year course, into university. I got into nursing. I was so happy. So that is the 3 different ways in Ireland on how you can get in and do nursing. Okay, so you're in nursing. There's actually 4 different types that you can study, not just 1. And not a lot of people know that. Okay, so 4 types. Okay, so 1 is general nursing. So general is pretty much in your general hospitals. So in Ireland, you have the likes of Beaumont Hospital, you have the likes of the Mater, Tala Hospital, and these are big, big hospitals, and they look after people who are going in for like surgeries, people who have heart attacks, like look at general hospital. So that is general nursing. It's 4 years as well. I think the points are a lot are higher than the other types of nursing. But yeah, so they're like the hospitals you would see on Grey's Anatomy and ER, those big types of hospitals. So that's general nursing. Okay, number 2 is the type of nursing that I do. And this is called, in Ireland, it's different everywhere else, intellectual disability. Yeah, in different countries it has different names. So like in the UK, it's learning disability. So I do intellectual disability nursing. So I specialize in the area of intellectual disability, looking after and caring for and providing nursing care, and not just nursing care, it's like a holistic care for people who were born with an intellectual disability or who had an acquired brain injury later on in life. So this is kind of, it's not like the general nursing where patients might be in and out in a couple of weeks or a couple of months. These patients normally that I was looking after, I was coming into their home or I was going into a service where they lived. So I was looking after them probably for months and for years. So that was my type of nursing. Okay, so that's intellectual disability nursing. Okay, so we're going to go on to the third type of nursing, and I can never spell it right, and I really probably should because a lot of my friends are nurses, or especially psychiatric. Okay, so that's psychiatric, I don't even think I spelled that right. Psychiatric nursing. Yeah, so that's psychiatric nursing specializes in people with psychiatric problems, such there's loads, such as schizophrenics, people who have depression, eating disorders. Yeah, it's so broad, and it's such a cool type of nursing. A lot of my best friends are psychiatric nurses and they love their jobs, and it's really, really fulfilling. Really hard, but a really fulfilling job, so they're great. Okay, going on to the final one, and this was a one I was accepted to do before I went into YouTube. Okay, so this is children's, imagine, oh my gosh, and general. And it's combined, guys. It's combined as one course, but the first 3, general intellectual disability and psychiatric nursing, is a 4-year course, where the children's and general course is 4.5 years. But you get to look after the babies, the small babies. So there are 2 children's hospitals in Ireland. Not in Ireland, there are 2 in Dublin. There is Temple Street and then there is Crumlin. But I think they're all like merging into one, so I'm not really too sure what's going on with that. So I was accepted to go to Temple Street to look after all the babies, but I ended up taking a different path in my life and doing this job that I'm doing now. So these are the 4 types. I was the intellectual disability nurse, and it was really, really exciting. So there you have it there. They're the 4 different types. So once you have given your types, so once you're in, you're in college, in university. So once accepted into the course, it's the Bachelor of Science. It's actually not a nursing degree. I can't even spell science. It's a science degree, which is really, really cool because you can apply for different courses after you're finished, because it's not just a nursing degree, it's a science degree. It is a level 8. And you can do level 7, level 6, level 5, or level 9. I think actually level 9 is, I'm not too sure if it's your postgrad. Anyway, I'm blabbering. Anyway, so there's different places in Ireland, different universities that do the degree. DCU, which is where I went to, UCD, Trinity, and there's like Carlo IT, Dundalk IT. There's a lot of ITs that do it. I think they do it at diploma level as well, but I'm not too sure then I'm not too sure really, because I haven't done the level 8. I haven't really looked into it that much, the level 7s for the diploma. Anyway, okay, so once you're accepted, you're there for your level 8 science degree, and you are there, guys, for 4 years. So the course is split over 4 years. So in first year, you're in big massive lecture halls with general nurses, psychiatric nurses, intellectual disability nurses, children and general nurses. You're all in there together. You're learning everything as one. So there's about 250 in one lecture hall for the whole year. So you study, and then you've a set of exams at the end. You also have, so the 4 years is split up into placements, where you go and do work experience in a hospital, and then you do college work as well. So I think the first year you only have 4 weeks of placement in a hospital, the rest is college work. Okay, so then you go on to year 2 and 3, which you get more placements. So you're sent out to different services, different hospitals, like where you're assessed on your skills and what you're learning. It's really, really scary when you're just kind of there having to, you know, be a nurse to someone, look after someone, but you always have a preceptor, which is another nurse who's already a qualified staff nurse who is there to guide you along the way. So that is your, that's your, we'll talk about 4th year in a minute. So you have your college time, you have your placement time, where you go, and if you're actually in a hospital working, following nurses, minding really, really sick patients, which is kind of scary at the start. 3, you have practical exams as well, and they're called OSCEs. So you basically are like you go in and you have to, like, you learn all these skills as you go along. So you have to go in and practice them on dummies in college. It's crazy. And then you have actual exams as well. Okay, so that's the 4 main components. And also on your placements, you are assessed by paperwork through CARS. They're just like an assessment tool as well. And they're really, they're hard, but it's fun, it is. And finally, we're just gonna talk about the 4th year, because the 4th year is like completely different. Okay, so the 4th year, the final year is, I'd say, about a month of college, and then you do a 36-week internship in your hospital, in your partner hospital. Internship, where you're basically nearly qualified as a nurse. So you're really trusted to do, we've done 4 years, so you're nearly there looking after patients by yourself. Not just yet, you are still guided by the staff and the nurses who are there already. So you're not on your own just yet. Yeah, so the 36-week internship, it's difficult and it's hard. The whole 4 years are really, really hard, but it's really worth it. So after the 4 years, you then graduate and you become a nurse, and you're working out by yourself and taking on the skills and the intuition and everything you've learned out into the real world. It's really, really, it's an exciting career. It's really, really fun because you get to look after people. You get to meet a lot of cool people. You make a lot of friends. It's a hard job. It is a hard job. But for anybody who commented on my video saying that, not my video, on my Instagram, saying that they wanted to be a nurse, made me really, really excited. And this is how I became a nurse. If you have any questions about on becoming a nurse, or I don't know, any questions at all, leave a comment in the comment box below, and I will make sure to get back to you guys. Yeah, I'm really excited, and I really hope that you're enjoying this what I want to be when I grow older series. Next up, we have something really, really exciting. So I can't wait for you to see that. But have a great week, guys, and until next time, I'll see you again soon.